You're going to see quite a reach difference in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the DC Amateur Featherweight Division. It is brought to you by Heavy Hands Fight Gear. Make sure you guys check out their booth tonight. Buy something there tonight. Introducing first, fighting out the Nebraska Lottery blue corner, wrestler stands 5'6", weighed in 145.2 pounds. Holds an amateur record, win, 0 defeats. Training out of Hard Knocks and fighting out of Hastings, Nebraska, Errich Starchy Holston. His opponent across the cage fighting out of the I-80 Tattoo red corners, a freestyle fighter standing 6'1", weighed in 148 pounds. Also holds an amateur record, 1 win, 0 defeats. Training out of Kearney Combat Sports and fighting out of Kearney, Nebraska, Brandon Velasquez. The referees were Rob Bieber.
Yeah, so we didn't do the reach, but I'm guessing there's probably going to be 6, 7, or 8 inches of reach difference here between the two fighters. Let's see if Brandon's able to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, Errich had a really quick fight in his last one. See if he gets on the inside this time to use his grappling. Good takedown.
Brandon doing a good job of kicking off the cage and almost getting on top. He's able to get into a guard, but Errich doing a good job of controlling positions. Somebody's got a little bit of blood. Ooh, nice over. Oh, Brandon's got a cut over the top of his right eye. Oh.
Oh.
Good
takedown.
takedown.
Head, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of wondered where that came, if that was off the initial strike or. Errich just needs to settle his hips just a little bit, bring his elbows on the inside. I was listening to Joseph Benavides last night saying that he does not like a closed guard, prefers an open guard the whole time. That way you can stand if you're not. Sometimes when you do a closed guard, you tend to get complacent. So, but I do think that it's probably good for initial, amateur fighters first starting out, getting used to it. Like to see Errich maybe move him, a little bit to the right. That way Brandon's not able to put his foot like he did earlier on the cage. Nice elbow. Nebraska, one of the few states amateurs allowed to throw elbows to the head.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy if you, especially I guess with your team, you have to travel maybe a little bit more out of state. To see how amateur rules, if you look at them, they vary a lot between states, especially if you go out to the East Coast.
And then I get a crazy look every time I ask what the rules are in this state, and everybody looks at me like I don't know what I'm doing.
How many years of experience do you have, sir?
17. But I just, when you travel a lot,
Rules
everyone's
change.
different.
Yeah.
So I wish they would do some form of unified rules for all amateurs.
I definitely think it's coming. The one thing, I could see the argument with elbows and that sometimes. The nice thing is, though, is you don't have to retrain fighters.
Right.
When they go pro. And in Nebraska, if you're going for title fights, you do 4-minute rounds, which you'll see later tonight. Meaning, hey, I'm ready to go pro. You should be fighting for a title.
His mouthpiece came out earlier. I believe it's under their back. Oh, nope.
There it is.
Found it. I think the other guy's mouthpiece is out too. But
so if you're fighting in Nebraska and you're fighting for a title, usually means you're a little bit closer to going pro. You'll go 4 minutes.
Sure.
So, and then obviously the next step is to go pro and you get the 5 minutes. So it is nice to kind of build fighters.
Likes to see Brandon there as Errich had a tripod position up, maybe slip across and get that head and arm position since Errich's weight's so far forward.
Yeah, I don't like I'm okay keeping posture low in MMA. He was kind of wrapping around the back of his head, though, and I think there you start leading into some guard problems.
Yeah. Now you're going to go back into the corner and see how they address the cut over the top of the eye of
Once again, this fight is brought to you by Heavy Hands Fight Gear. Make sure you go check out the Heavy Hands Fight Gear booth tonight. Check out all the new clothes that they have available for sale here tonight. Dynasty Combat Sports, Kearney Cage Wars 3.
Funny, like
Don't forget the official after party is at Nick's on the Bricks right here in Kearney, Nebraska.
Cuts are always crazy to me because, some of them, they look absolutely terrible, and then when you clean everything up, it's just a little bitty cut like we saw earlier in the first fight. And then some of them where they don't look bad at all, and they're a massive gash. It's funny, we were talking about David Machado earlier. He had one that was like a little bitty cut, but because it was right on like his the top of his head, it was like spurting out, and it looked horrific. But it was just like the smallest little cut.
Yeah, like you said, over the years, I've seen some stuff where it's a little bit smaller. I've seen anything from hundreds of stitches to no stitches. Yeah, you're
right. I saw the Marvin Eastman one, which was way, way, way back. Oh man, I ended up competing against him like 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks after that, and I just wanted to touch it the whole time I was grappling against him.
Ugh.
Ooh, that was a pretty much straight up kick.
Surprised he could even grapple.
Good exchange. Oh, good right hand. You can see Brandon's definitely intense, trying to finish this fight. Oh,
he's getting that overhand right. That's straight over or straight right.
Good fight so far. Errich needs to circle him to the right a little bit. Get just his head on the cage.
You were seeing that aggressive striking that we saw in that first fight that Brandon had. I like to see him work more of an overhook with that left arm. Holston likes to kind of reach over the head, hands on the mat, work like a rubber guard, Sean Williams guard.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's one thing I don't see in MMA almost at all is that Sean Williams guard. I call it like a Shima guard. You saw him use it in Abu Dhabi way back when. But I think it'd be highly effective. I work on it with my fighters, but it just doesn't seem to show up in fights.
I played a lot in the gym. I like it a little bit more, but I'm flexible enough to play a rubber guard.
Nice.
Oh, good kick and timing from Holston, though. Oh, good. Oh, he finally got it.
That's real close.
There he goes. He peels off.
Yep. Errich trying to compose himself, get himself cleared up a little bit. Brandon doing a good job of pushing down the head, throwing some strikes.
Now he's up high into a high mount, make it harder to. Yeah, they're going to stop it.
That's it. Well,
both
sir.
guys done. It was nice working with you again.
Thank you very much. It was a wonderful time, and I'll see you, I guess, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights.
See you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rob Bieber calls a stop to the fight. 2 minutes, 7 seconds into the second round for your winner by TKO. Referee stoppage due to strikes, Brandon Wiasiuk.